Good morning, Dr. Kent Hall. Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing this morning?
I have a question, and this is more of a statistics question and a privacy question than it is a medical question, but I do want your opinion. So this person took the second shot, and the paperwork was different they had to fill out in the second shot. Some of the questions included your current gender identification. Are you a woman, transgender woman or girl, man, boy, transgender? It went into all of this and then asked you, what were you assigned at birth? Why do they need that information, or is New York State just trying to grab more information in a survey fashion here?
You know, I'm not sure, but I will do an investigation and I will let you know what I find tomorrow, because that's the first that I've heard of this.
Yeah, I have not seen this before.
No, I will say, you know, and I'm not saying that that's why these questions were asked, but I will say that New York State has been progressively increasing the amount of information that they're looking for.
Okay.
What they're doing with that, I have no idea. I think they're trying to understand the population to a certain extent. I know that, you know, social equity has been a very strong drumbeat for this, and I actually, you know, agree with that, that we need to make sure that we are getting, you know, all of the populations that might be more difficult to access in terms of getting them the vaccine, because that helps everybody. If there's a population that isn't vaccinated for whatever reason, and they come in contact with other people, then they are potential spreaders of people that have not actually had a vaccine and had the positive effect from it. So that's why herd immunity is as important as it is, and you don't want to isolate a single population, because that becomes their own bubble in a negative way.
It is definitely interesting. I'd love to know the answer you come up with. Let's see here. I have Tim in Deansboro with a question. Hi, Tim. You're on with Dr. Hall.
Good morning. My question to you is, I got my first shot last month on the 26th. They called me yesterday, and they wanted to move my second shot up to this Friday. It's only a 26 days difference. Is it safe to get this shot this early?
Yes, Tim, it is. So the recommendation is obviously 28 days. So I presume that you're getting the Moderna.
Yes.
So the recommendation is 28 days. However, you can move that forward up to 4 days. So you can get it up to 24, 25 days. So if you're 26, 27, then you're right in that area.
All right, Tim.
Super. Thank you.
Thank you.
Be safe.
Good luck. You do the same.
But based on what Tim said there, it does still fall into the window. But if he said he got it on the 26th, that's actually 24 days this Friday.
Okay.
But that's still in the window that Dr. Hall indicated.
All right, Andrew, what do you have?
So this is from a listener. My daughter had the second shot a week and a half ago. Yesterday, she came down with a rash all over her body. Could that be from the second shot? Rash is a side effect.
Yeah, so rash is a side effect. The fact that it happened 7 days later makes it less likely. I would look for other causes of the potential of why she would have a rash, and not just lay it on the vaccine.
Okay, and then another woman had called up to clarify why your doctor had pulled the. She wanted clarification why you weren't able to get your shot.
And maybe you can talk about this a little bit, Doc. My doctor, because my wife is under 60 days or 90 days, and she's gotten the vaccine, and her doctor allowed for that. So for me, my doctor said, I fear that you will have a hyperimmunal reaction. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so that's one of the things that we talked about a little bit, or touched on a little bit yesterday, which is that the FDA and the CDC, and actually the World Health Organization, all are looking at the fact that people who have had COVID may only need one shot of the vaccine as opposed to two, because basically having the disease is almost like having the first shot in terms of priming your immune system for the second shot. So the first shot acts like the second shot when you've had the disease. That's the theory. They are doing the studies, again, just as we talked about. We need to make sure that we understand this, so they are doing the studies to understand it. So it's a theoretical issue. It is not a definitely known issue. We should have some real hard information on that. I would say probably in the next 4 to 6 weeks, because things are moving along pretty quickly. So So what I would say is your physician, your wife's physician, going in different directions is really clinical judgment based on the best information that they have.
Right.
I wouldn't say either one is right or wrong. I think that they're doing the best that they can with the information that they have and giving the best recommendations.
All right. Anything else? I'm going to try to squeeze one more in here. By the way, Michael's saying, I'm waiting for Richard to call out Dr. Hall, saying he doesn't know what he's talking about. Have we had that email in yet from Richard? Not yet. That's kind of funny. A little sarcasm there,
You can
Doc.
say that to a meteorologist. You can't say that to Dr.
That's a good point.
Hall,
That's a very good point.
One more. When a woman said she got her second shot Sunday, when does she know she's in the clear from any potential side effects?
So, a good question. So, like I said before, I think 7 days is probably beyond what I would expect for side effects. Usually you get the effects within the first 24, 36, maybe as long as 48 hours. If you get out to 3 days and you all of a sudden get something that you didn't have the day before, then that's less likely, not impossible, but less likely to be caused by the vaccine. Anything beyond 3 days that you didn't have in the first, second, or third day, I think is highly unlikely to be vaccine related.
And the other part of this was the conversation that I had with my doctor is that he said that he feels that there is data out there right now that shows that you have enough antibodies to be immune from catching the virus again well after 90 days, that even up to 6 months now. It's hard to know further than that because the vaccine has not been around long enough, nor has the virus. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so certainly, we started conservatively with 90 days because that was the data that we had.
Yep.
There is data that is coming out of China and Italy that is showing that antibody levels that would be protective, would be presumed to be protective, are lasting much longer than that. There are variables with that. It depends on how sick the person is or was, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay.
So, but in general, yes, we are expecting that the protection from the native disease would last longer than 90 days.
Doc, we appreciate it. We'll do it again tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody. Be safe.
All right, you do the same. Dr. Kent Hall from MVHS, WIBX Utica. Rome, it's 8 o'clock.